I want to show you now is I'm going to do the front little mouse part here. This one I just used straight coloring with the markers, but I'm going to try and show you a little bit of watercoloring. And like I said, this is something I've just been playing with, and you'll hear this, a lot of people say this, and the truth of it really is the truth. You really need watercolor paper in order to do a good job, and we Stampin' Up! Sells a nice pad of it that you can get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is Blush Blossom, yeah, and I'm going to start at the edge, and I'm just going to, you don't even have to be that picky, I'm just going to kind of color that about a third of the way there. And then I'm going to use some Pretty in Pink, kind of meet that line. And then I'm going to end with a little bit of Regal Rose. Now, the blender pens work well if you're using ink, but if you're going to use the markers, you really need the aqua painter. And what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of wetting all of the berry or the Blush Blossom. I'm going to push that into the Pretty in Pink and kind of erase that line that joined between them. Then I'm going to go into the Pretty in Pink. I'm going to pick up that color and push it towards the Regal Rose. And you can see those lines start to disappear, and the more you kind of play with it, the more those colors blend. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, and if I find that I wanted more pink in here, then you can go ahead and color a little bit more pink and use the aqua painter and fill that in. So for the mouse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to color most of him in Close to Cocoa, going just kind of little lines. I'm not going to be real picky. And then around his ear. And then again, I'm going to go in to the Close to Cocoa, pick up that color. And I found the trickiest thing is when your paper starts to get wet, you can sometimes have a tendency to bleed into a spot you don't want the ink to go. So you just want to really lightly touch the paper and not overdo it either. And if you think you want to go back and change something, I would suggest too letting the paper dry a bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of chocolate chip just to do a little bit of accent around his ears. So I'll go into the Close to Cocoa and then go in and pull up the chocolate chip. Go into the lighter, then go into the darker and pull it back into the Close to Cocoa. Okay? And just to put some color on him, I'm going to put some pink into his ears, but I'm not going to blend that. And then for his shirt, I'll do pink through there, Regal Rose on and then again pull into where there's the least amount of ink, and then work your way towards where the most amount of ink is. And I think that was the thing that I really learned, was to not go where the ink is darkest and most, but go to your lightest, move into your darkest, pull that darkest back toward it. And then whenever you're going to change colors, kind of works the same way as a blender pen. Just go ahead and work out the color, and then I like to just make sure the end of the painter is sharp. And then I'm going to just color in, I think this is rose red, pretty sure, the flower. Okay? Now, you could leave it like that, and that's all I'm going to do today. But what I did on this card was, and you can see it nice and dazzling, was to dazzling diamond the heart. And I will, actually, you know what? I am going to show you that, because I learned a trick from Kristen Werner's blog, and I'll post her website on mine. But she's hugely talented, and this is what she does with all her embossing powders and dazzling diamonds, and I think it's a great idea. I picked up these little containers at Walmart and a package of spoons so that it also serves as a tray, and then just tap it, and then there's no need for a coffee filter or anything else, and it all just stays in here. And then I labeled it, you can see that on top, and then also on the side, so it's on the shelf. So there he is, he's dazzling now. And then I'm just going to mount that a little piece of Regal Rose. So this will go in here. And then you're going to want to tape the bottom 2/3 of this, okay? Because he's not going to go right with the bottom, so you don't want to tape him to this little slip out card. And there he is. So I hope you liked the little tutorial about the crisscross card and a little bit of watercoloring techniques that I'm learning. And we will be doing this again soon. I'm sorry it's been so long since our last tutorial, but thanks for being patient and thanks for checking this out. We'll see you later.